Welcome to the Sisterhood of Sweat. I'm here today with Kayleigh Christina. Holistic Nutritionist Kayleigh Christina is the co-founder of ClearSTEM Skincare, a non-toxic skincare line that targets acne, anti-aging, and scar reversing utilizing premium ingredients. Christina's journey into the skincare world started when she developed numerous health issues, including severe cystic acne in her mid-20s, and tried in vain to find a cure. After countless doctors, dermatologists, and specialists, no one could figure out what was going on. That's when she took matters into her own hands and discovered San Diego Acne Clinic, where she met Danielle Greenwich. Not only did her acne clear up, but through these sessions, the I wanted to say the dynamic duo. The duo discovered their mutual passion for helping other acne sufferers achieve clear skin through internal and external methods without sacrificing their health. That's when ClearSTEM Skincare was born. Guided by a passion to make a positive impact, Christina studies the latest research on skin and whole body wellness. She is the co-host of the Balancing Your Hustle podcast, which interviews thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and wellness experts, diving into their individual stories and journeys. Christina is also the published author of Healing with Apple Cider Vinegar, 115 Recipes for Health, Beauty, and Home. And she has been featured in numerous health, wellness, and lifestyle publications. By working with a world-renowned cosmetic chemist developing a serum that helped reverse acne scars, regulate hormonal oil production, reduce redness and inflammation, and increase collagen and elasticity in the skin, ClearSTEM has become the pioneer in the all new anti-aging and anti-acne skincare category. Kayleigh Christina and her co-founder, Danielle Greenwich, are deeply committed to making a positive impact and inspiring people to become the best possible versions of themselves through ClearSTEM Skincare. Kayleigh currently resides in San Diego, California. This was such a fun conversation today with Kayleigh. It's like being with one of your best girlfriends and just talking about all things beauty, anti-aging. She gave us so many great tips, and I'm excited about her book. There's so many great holistic recipes in there. And we talked a lot about how it's really important what we're putting in the body from the inside out and from the outside in, how it affects everything. Our skin is our largest organ. We talk a lot about taking care of your skin. And then she had a lot of really good nutritional things that we could do, things for our digestion, our stomach bloat, constipation, so many things. If you have a cold, I promise you the cold shot she has in her book would clear anything out. And so it was such a fun conversation, and we really got into the depth of anti-aging, skincare, and holistic cures. Well, maybe I shouldn't say cures, but holistic remedies. How's that? So without further ado, let's dive into the episode. I am so excited to welcome Kayleigh Christina to the Sisterhood of Sweat.
Thank you so much for having me, Linda. Excited to be here.
Yeah. So is it sunny where you're at? Where are you located?
It should be. I live in San Diego, and I woke up this morning and it was pretty windy because I sleep with my window open. And then I had to run to the grocery store like super quick this morning. And all of a sudden it's been pouring down rain, and it's so windy right now. It hasn't rained in months here. So I actually really like it when we get a little change in the seasons. So I'm enjoying the little rainy day here in San Diego.
I love San Diego. I totally love it. And I'm going to ask you if you know about this place that I have been chased by squirrels.
Oh my gosh, tell me.
There's a place in San Diego on the like, you know, I know we were going to man, I'll have to ask my husband again. We were going to somewhere in San Diego to listen to Lisa Nichols and Susie Carter.
Mm.
I can't remember the place, but we got out at this rest kind of like area, you know, overlooking like, well, squirrels, tons of squirrels and like seagulls. Like, I mean,
Were
when
you
I
by the
say
harbor or inland a little bit?
it was like kind of like up and just kind of overlooking down on like this valley and it was just, I mean, it was crazy. I had these blinged out sandals on and the squirrels were chasing me. You know, I mean,
Oh my God. I wonder if they like saw the reflection of your sandals and thought it was like a toy. I don't even know. That's so funny.
we have it on video. My husband, he thought it was
That's
hysterical
great.
because anywhere I went, they were like
Yeah.
chasing me, and people go there to feed the squirrels and the seagulls.
Oh my goodness. And you got chased by them.
I thought this place must be like famous for this because I have never, ever had anything happen. You know how they say don't chase too many squirrels, like how we're like, squirrel,
Yep.
squirrel. I was like, okay, this is a reality.
You lived up to that.
So I thought maybe I'll have to find out where it
Yeah,
was.
you'll have to
When
tell
we
the
get off here, I'm
story.
gonna look up where I was at because I have been to that location twice.
Okay, you definitely have to tell me. I'm so curious now because I've lived in San Diego for over 7 years. So I'm super
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. We just thought we were, you know, let's get off and look at the view.
Right.
So, well, I am so excited to have you on. I want you to tell everybody your backstory because you're all into skincare and holistic health, writing a book about apple cider vinegar. Tell us what your backstory is and what led you to do all this.
Yeah, so a huge portion of my life and passion of my life is really dedicated to holistic nutrition and whole body wellness and finding kind of a balance and rhythm in that. You know, no extremes, but being really realistic about wellness and nutrition and feeling your best every day. So, right out of college, I worked a corporate job and I thought I had landed my absolute dream job. I was working in professional sports and about a year and I started to experience a ton of burnout, to an extreme. My body was just failing on me. I was in and out of the hospital I had stomach ulcers. I had a slip disc in my back. Just so many things were going wrong left and right. Um, I left that job, moved out to San Diego, and things were starting to be a little bit better out here. I was, walking a lot more, eating healthier, and then it hit me again. All of a sudden I had got another corporate job and I was traveling a lot for work and I was getting very little sleep and I was eating a lot on the road. And though I was trying to eat the healthiest I could as possible, I was stopping at Whole Foods and doing like the salad bar, things like that. I wasn't eating fast food, but you can only eat so good when you're on the road 24/7. It's not home cooked meals. And I started experiencing a ton of different health issues. I didn't know what it was at first. I later got diagnosed with a couple different things, but everything I was eating was making me sick. I was so bloated all the time. I was experiencing a lot of brain fog. I wasn't sleeping well, and I was losing a ton of weight. I had dropped like over 30 pounds in a matter of 2 months
Wow.
without changing anything. Like the weight was just falling off me and I couldn't control it. And on top of that, I was breaking out with extreme bright red, inflamed, painful cystic acne.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I was going to so many different doctors. I was going to doctors, dermatologists, specialists because the lymph nodes in my throat were swollen. So I was going to like an ENT. And the only answers I was given was, here, try to go on antibiotics. Here, you should go back on birth control. Your hormones are unbalanced. You need to go on Accutane. You need to have your lymph nodes removed because they're so swollen. And I couldn't accept any of that because all of those to me were Band-Aid approaches. I said, okay, you want me to take these antibiotics, but why? And they're like, well, we don't know. Like, we're just going to see if it works. And I know what antibiotics do to you. Like, they kill all the good and bad gut bacteria. they crush your immune system. And it's really hard for your body to reset after, especially if
Right.
you're taking antibiotics for a prolonged use. I'm a huge believer in a mixture of Eastern and Western medicine. I believe there's a time and a place for modern medicine, but I think you should take antibiotics if you truly need them, not as a here, let's try this out. You know what I mean? Birth control synthetically controls your hormones. I was on it for over 8 years, and I was very proud to be off of it and balancing my hormones naturally. Birth control also cuts off communication between your ovaries and your brain. And what other medication literally cuts off communication between an organ and your brain? Like, I didn't want to go back on birth control. And then I also knew the dangers of Accutane and the effects it had on your liver, your mental health, everything. And so I started to dig deeper, and I ended up finding a naturopathic doctor. And it was the first time I'd ever been introduced to naturopathic medicine. And I got a lot of different testing done, and I found out that I had celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease triggered by gluten. It caused a lot of inflammation in the body. My liver wasn't functioning correctly, so it wasn't filtering hormones out. It wasn't filtering out toxins. And I had leaky gut and SIBO, which is bacteria overgrowth.
Right.
So
Stocked up in that upper
yeah,
intestine.
so it was just, my body was going haywire. So the reason I'd lost so much weight is because my body stopped absorbing nutrients. So
Yeah.
everything I was eating was just going right through me. So I worked with a naturopathic doctor, got on a protocol. I did a pretty big elimination diet, was on some very specific supplements. And after about 9 months, I was feeling like I was pretty much back to normal. I put the weight back on in probably about 2 months. That was pretty quick. But I would say to the fullest extent, really, really feeling amazing again. And being able to introduce a lot of foods back in, it was about 9 months. And that led me to such a self-discovery of how important what you put in your body and on your body, because then
Right.
the whole cystic acne side of things, I met who is my now business partner. Her name is Danielle, and she owns San Diego Acne Clinic. And that's who I worked with to heal my skin externally. And I learned the whole world of external wellness, and what you're putting on your skin has an effect. And there's a lot of different things that trigger acne, from certain supplements to certain foods to pore clogging ingredients found in a lot of skincare, especially the clean beauty industry. And so I learned all of this, and I became so passionate about it that Danielle and I decided to go into business together, because she had struggled with acne her entire life as well. And acne at its worst, I mean, even at its best, really hits people's confidence. It changes how they show up to the world. It changes how they see themselves. And it's a huge mental health issue. Like, when someone's dealing with a lot of acne, it's really difficult. And so
Right. Yeah.
so we decided to create the very first skincare line that was anti-acne and anti-aging, with zero toxins, because the problem is you have acne products that actually age your skin and cause long-term damage. And then you have anti-aging products that break you out because they have a ton of pore clogging ingredients. And so that led us to starting our company.
Yeah, and that's the aspect that not a lot of people talk about the confidence issue and the way that it makes you feel on the inside. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because I'm sure many people listening at some point have suffered from having acne. And many dermatologists would tell us that it isn't anything to do with the way what you're ingesting or putting on your body, but I never believed that.
It's so frustrating to me. Like, I mean, even the simplest of things. So, for instance, eggs. Eggs have a protein in it called albumin that our bodies really, really struggle to break down. And so if you're acne prone, so you're already like struggling with acne a little bit, and you're eating eggs every single day, you'll see a ton of breakouts in your lymphatic system in your face. So kind of along your cheeks and down underneath your jaw, kind of near your ears a little bit as well, because our body just really, really struggles to break albumin down. There's things like caffeine. So anything that speeds you up is going to increase testosterone, which is going to increase that oil production, which is going to trigger acne. So there's all these little things, and a dermatologist will be like, nope, what you eat has no effect. It's wild.
It's just like them when they tell, like when I had mercury toxicity in my body, in my blood, and from my hair sample, but they're like, oh no, fillings couldn't cause that, or eating too much fish with mercury, that wouldn't cause that. But I'm
Like,
like,
no, what? It's directly connected.
yeah, I
Like,
had to have the
common
fillings. I had them removed by like a biological dentist, like removed them in the correct
sense.
manner. Because when you remove them, it could even be worse damage getting it into your system.
I have heard that before. I have heard that. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's common sense. Like what you put in your body gets absorbed into your body, into your bloodstream, all the things. What you put on your body gets absorbed into your skin. I mean, this is the best example. Back during the Vietnam War, one of the biggest like drugs that was passed around and used was acid. And a lot of the guys would put it in their boot going from like one area to another, and the acid would absorb through their feet and like cause them to like go on trips and all these different things, and cause a lot of adverse effects. Like they would be essentially ingesting the acid because it would get absorbed through their skin. And then there's people that still don't believe what you put on your skin gets absorbed and has an effect on your body. Like it was very common during the Vietnam War for that to occur, and they weren't ingesting acid, they were putting it in their boots and it was getting absorbed through their feet.
It absorbs like paint. If you're a painter,
Yes.
you're absorbing paint. And so I think people, this is like our largest organ, and it's so important what we're putting on the body, as well as creams, spray tans, and what we're taking in the body. It all affects.
Exactly.
So I love this book that you've written about apple cider vinegar. I love it. I am so excited because in the book I saw you have homemade gummies. I've been
They're so good. I need to make those. I haven't made those in like months, I feel like. And I was just thinking about them the other day, and I'm like, I really need to make my apple cider vinegar gummies. They're so good.
I was looking to see if I had mine handy because I have apple cider. I've been eating apple cider gummies, but I've been thinking, gosh, I bet I need to really read this label closer.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple brands of apple cider vinegar gummies in the grocery stores, and the ingredients are awful. It's like you're eating sugar. And
Yeah.
then I've seen other ones that are really clean, but they're insanely expensive for like just being apple cider vinegar. And I'm like, I'm not spending $40.
Mine's expensive. I'm thinking that I
Yeah.
did probably read. I'm a label reader. I
Same,
probably
yeah.
read it originally, but it still tastes too sweet. So I'm suspect of what's in it.
If you like apple cider vinegar, these gummies are bomb. They're so delicious.
I'm so excited because it is such a game changer. I'll just say what I found from it, and then I'm going to start picking your brain. But it's very much like I always felt like if you want to get rid of belly fat, if you take the apple cider vinegar, like anytime I would compete in fitness, I would take that 2 to 3 tablespoons, before each meal, if I had meat or something heavy.
Yeah.
It really like makes a difference because it's not necessarily getting rid of your belly fat, but it's helping you digest your food so it doesn't sit on you.
Yep, exactly. It's like it stimulates your digestive system in a couple different ways. Because our digestive system, it starts in the mouth. We have digestive enzymes in our saliva that only get sparked from like chewing food and eating. So it stimulates those. It also increases our acid in our stomach, and then it stimulates our digestive juices as well. So it has all these kind of combination effects, and a similar effect to just taking digestive enzymes. So it is, and especially, I love that you said before you were having any type of meat, because meat is so hard for us to break down. Especially a lot of women can get like bloating or like really lethargic or brain fog after eating it. And they'll think, oh, I just can't have meat. Well, we need those amino acids. Meat is awesome. But we just need help breaking it down sometimes. We need a little stimulation in the digestive system.
And it's a cheaper way, I think, of getting the digestive enzymes than what you could, there's a lot of different, take this digestive enzyme, it breaks down this, take this one, it breaks down, like, it's just to me, it's nature's solution. And it's a little easier on your stomach than taking HCl.
Yeah, it is. And I'm a supplement freak. Like I love supplements. I think like I love biohacking with supplements, but when I'm giving advice to other people, I'm very realistic. I'm like, listen, I have a lot of supplements that I play around with because I love them. But if I'm giving personal advice, I'm like, hey, just take a little bit of apple cider vinegar, 10 to 30 minutes before you have a meal. It'll stimulate, it'll be great. I like giving very simple and realistic advice to other people.
So supplements, I was the supplement queen, as many of my competitor friends will attest, as they went through my bag, my supplement bag at every show. What is in here? And they start pulling out this and this until I wasn't. I choked, and I think my husband had to perform the Heimlich on me twice. Because I was taking these adrenal supplements that were like horse pills,
Oh.
and that scared me enough that I have cut way back. I was like, okay, let's see, what do I absolutely need?
Yeah.
Because
That's how I am too. My
it could
daily
get out of
supplements.
control, right?
Oh yeah, my daily supplements, I don't take a ton. They're like very dialed in and strategic. But then I have all like my fun supplements. Like I have like a whole box of all my immune ones. I have like a whole box of like all my brain functioning ones. Like those are my like not everyday ones, but if I'm like want to biohack or if I'm feeling under the
Oh
weather and
no, because
I'm
oh no,
immune, like
oh no,
yeah.
sister, you sounded like me because I had everything. So what I finally decided, I'm going to school right now. It's called the root cause protocol. So you can do blood, like I could look at somebody's blood and get the
Yeah, like read blood panels.
and the hair analysis and say, you know, like you're low in iron, or you need magnesium or something, like. So because I think like that, what happens is we're shooting in the dark a lot. You could go to a holistic doctor and get this done, and I feel like it's important to have a handle on what are you lacking and what do you really need, because we could watch doctors on TV. I started to name one off, but we could watch them on TV, and they could be telling us 100 different things to take.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think you got to take some of it with a grain of salt, or you're going to have a suitcase.
Exactly. Yeah, you could get very obsessed with it.
Well, I mean, I still, don't get me wrong, I still believe in supplements. I just took a little break after that scare. I was like, okay, if there's pills that big, we're going to be cutting them in half.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know what was going on, but we finally realized I couldn't get water down, and it was like stuck, like something was.
No. Oh
So
my.
I must have been taking supplements, and I bet they all conglomerated.
Yeah. Probably.
So,
There's every once in a
oh.
while where I take a little too much at one time and I'm like, oh, okay, let me drink some water. Shouldn't have done that.
Oh my gosh, my rib cage was so sore from him doing the Heimlich.
That's scary. Sometimes it breaks your ribs.
Well, yeah, because he had to do
Yeah.
it several times. The last, when he hit 10 blows to the back, that's what worked. But I was in yoga, and I was in the, what do you call it? Let's see, where your feet over your head. Is that the plow?
Oh yeah, the plow.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't go back in this today because this is so sore.
Oh my goodness.
You do yoga, don't you?
I do. I love yoga. Oh, I can't wait to get back. Some of the places are starting to open back up here in San Diego. So, oh,
What kind of yoga do you do? I saw some of your pictures on Instagram, and I was
it's so funny. My Instagram has gone through so many transitions over the last 7, 8 years. I used to exclusively just post like food and recipes, and you like wouldn't even know what I looked like. And then it was like a lot of like a ton of yoga for a while in it, like multiple times a week, like all the poses, all the things. Now it's a little more like lifestyle, business, nutrition, health, like it's just like a little mix of life. But it's funny because I used to post a lot of yoga. I've done it all. At this point in life, though, my favorite is just a classic like vinyasa flow 1 or 2. I mean, I've done it all. I've done the yoga sculpt. I've done like the super hot Bikram yoga.
I did
Um,
that for a while. I
yeah.
taught the hot
And,
yoga.
and then I realized I love yoga not for the workout. I love it for more like the meditation, the me time, the moving my body, the stretching. And so when I stopped treating yoga as a workout and more of just like a personal care me time, I liked the slower classes. I love a yoga nidra too, which is definitely more like meditation, like you're sitting in stretching poses for a lot longer of a time. And that's where I'm at with my yoga love right now.
Hey, I like that. That'd be a good name for a brand.
Yeah, yoga love.
So somebody's gonna steal it.
Mhm.
No, I'm kidding. They probably already did.
Yeah,
Probably already coined that phrase, but
wouldn't be surprised.
so all things holistic. So how in the world did you come up with all of these things that I see in the book? I mean, I was looking, I'm like fascinated. I love everything like this. And one of the things was the cold shot. Like, I'm like, woo, that would
Oh
clear
yeah.
anything out.
It really energizes you too. It really clears everything out. And I love, love, love why am I completely blanking on the name of it? It's one that has, oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking on the name. I mean, there's 115 recipes in there. Sometimes I can't remember what I named every single thing, but
I
it's the
mean,
apple cider
I've
vinegar.
got it open
Yeah,
in here.
it's the
I
one that
mean, okay, just for starters, there's orange ginger constipation bites for anybody else that needs a little help in that department.
one of my
And
favorites though is the one that has like the horseradish and garlic and seasonings in it. And I've actually put like a splash of that in in a cocktail before. Um,
yeah,
it's also really good if you have like cold or sinus issues too. It's fire cider. That's it. I don't know
okay.
why I
I
could
haven't
not
got
remember the name of
that
it.
one yet.
Yeah, the fire cider. That one's really fun to make. And that's a traditional recipe. I've like put my own spin on it. But fire cider is a traditional recipe that's been made for like years and years and years for boosting immune system. So I just want to put my own spin on that one. But I love it. I think apple cider vinegar is so versatile. It has so many health benefits and has been used for thousands of years. I mean, Cleopatra used it back in the day. The Italians have used it for years, and it's culturally been this healing product. And you can use it internally. You can use it for cleaning. You can use it for different things for your hair and for your skin when it's diluted correctly. And it's just this miracle drink.
It truly is. It helps with
Yeah.
arthritis sufferers
Mhm.
too.
Like balance cholesterol levels and blood sugar levels, and it's really cool. And
Oh,
again,
right,
I
right,
like
right. You said in the
wellness
book
tools.
about diabetes. Can you tell them
Mhm.
about that?
Yeah, yeah, it helps control. Apple cider vinegar helps control your blood sugar levels, helps rebalance them out, and then also cutting sugar cravings as well. So if you do have diabetes, it is super, super important to include into your regimen.
Yeah, like the diabetes too was really
Mhm.
supposed to be
Yes.
helpful. And
Mhm.
I really was looking at some of these names. Like you guys have to get this book, like the de-bloat sipper.
Yeah, yeah. You feeling super bloated? Just make that. It's gonna help really ease that. Really ease that uncomfortableness in your stomach when you feel bloated, and help bring it down a little bit to really ease it for you, because it's such a, like, being bloated is such an uncomfortable feeling. And if I ever eat something wrong that like throws my body off, makes me bloated, I just whip one of those up, and it really helps calm the bloating down.
And so with these, I'm looking again at these gummies because I was just so excited when I opened up your book and saw all of these cool recipes. When we make these gummies, is there any trick to it so we can make sure that they turn out right?
Honestly, you're not going to really mess it up. It's so easy. You just want to make sure, because the recipe calls for gelatin. Don't ever mistake that for collagen. Some people accidentally do. Gelatin is very different, and it'll gel up really quickly with liquids. So just making sure that you're following the ratios and the instructions correctly, because where it could get messed up is if you're throwing off the ratio of liquid to gelatin. That's super important. I mean, it's the same thing like if you've ever made like jello back in the day, like you really have to follow those correct ratios to get it to gel right. But other than that, yeah, just get like get a fun little silicone ice tray, and then they pop right out of there.
And I noticed you also have things in here for PMS.
Mhm. Yup.
I do have an all women's gym, so they're going to be interested in
Perfect.
this tea.
Yes. Yeah. It helps, really helps ease and mitigate those symptoms that we get. The uncomfortableness, the cramps, stuff like that.
That's perfect. Now, how did you come up with all these recipes and kind of get invested in this? I feel like this is a real talent.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I used to write so many recipes. Back in the day, I had a blog. I don't blog on it anymore. I focus on more my skincare company, ClearSTEM, and we have a skincare learning center blog on there. And so I put a lot of my efforts in that direction. But recipes were my passion for so long, just like whipping up fun recipes, taking something that maybe would be unhealthy and making it healthy, or just getting really creative. Like that's where my creative brain is. And so I was reached out to by this publishing company, and they really wanted to write a recipe book with me. And so we brainstormed, and they pitched me on the idea of apple cider vinegar because I'd written a blog post about it back in the day and had posted a lot on social media about utilizing apple cider vinegar in different ways. They're like, what if you write, how about you write an entire book on it? Like, we'll help frame it. So they helped give me like the framework of things. So just in general, like how many chapters to have in the beginning, how many recipes per section. Like they give me the bones, and then they let me run with it. They're like, all right, this many recipes under the home section, this many under the beauty section. And I first went from like things that I made all the time, and then I did a ton of research and whipped up all the recipes at home and tried them all out and tinkered with them all. And before I was felt good about putting them all in a book to give to everyone else.
It turned out well. And that's what I love to do recipes. As far like, I like to take, if you had key lime pie that was really leaded heavily, I like
Mm-hmm.
to unlead it and make it delicious with all ingredients that I would say you could have on your plan. And I do that a lot with food, but I love how you did it in a medicinal way.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like how can we help our bodies, heal our bodies, and feel our best?
Yeah, you guys have, I mean, seriously, this book, you should get it because it had so many, like, I feel like healthy cures for things that ail us that, when you start reading pharmaceutical bottles where the side effects are worse than death, you really start to realize, how can I lessen taking pharmaceuticals only when necessary, when
Exactly.
nothing, I can't find a natural thing that I can do.
And that's my biggest thing. Like our bodies weren't meant to dump all these chemicals into. And again, I believe there's a time and a place for modern medicine. What I don't believe in is just using modern medicine as a band-aid approach instead of figuring out, hey, what's going on? Maybe I can fix this and heal this forever if I get to the root cause, rather than having to be on a medication my entire life because I can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah, the whole premise of this school that I'm going to is their premise is based, I'm saying this in essence, so don't take me for verbatim because they probably have some long spiel, but it's that there is no disease, that it's just imbalances in the body. And if you correct the imbalances, you cure yourself of the disease.
Yeah, no, I fully believe that. And I think there's a lot of things that we're born with and things that are different, but I think in the generic sense, there's so much we can heal just ourselves with our bodies.
I mean, it is pretty cool how the body is able to heal itself when you really break it down and think about it.
Our bodies were built to heal themselves. They really were. Like
Yeah.
our bodies detox every single day. And our bodies aren't able to detox every day when we're filling it with a bunch of processed foods and medications that allows, then our liver can't detox correctly, and the rest of our body, we can't have correct cell turnover.
A lot of times it causes other issues that,
Mhm.
you're just like, oh gosh, I had this and now I have that and now I have it. Now I'm.
Yeah.
So my goal, because I'm 58, is to, not take any type of medication for as long as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree.
So I mean, so far so good. Knock
Yep.
on some wood.
Yep.
So tell me, I want to dive into your skincare because all of us ladies like to look good. We want to look our best. When we look our best, we feel our best. It's kind of, or you feel your best, you look your best. It's kind of all together. So tell me, oh, I want to hear about your whole line and just break it down for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started with one product for about 2 years. It's our Cell Renew Serum. That was our star product. And we custom formulate everything. We have a lab, we work with our chemist, and our big value proposition and mission, we will never create anything that we are not obsessed with. Like, we want to create products that have positive impact and actual clinical change in the skin, but doing it in a clean way and not just rubbing oils on our face and calling it a day. It's like we actually have ingredients that are going to help break down melasma, that are going to help replump out acne scars, that are going to help refine texture, give you a really healthy glow, um, minimize hyperpigmentation, keep acne at bay, reduce how deep wrinkles are. Because we're all going to get wrinkles. It's just about, like, there's a lot of things that we do that deepen wrinkles and accelerate aging. So it's like, how can we slow the effects of aging more and give ourselves a more graceful aging look? And so we started with our Cell Renew Serum, and that's our stem cell based serum with hyaluronic acid. So it's going to help hydrate the skin. The stem cells are actually, they're bioavailable stem cells. So our skin knows exactly what to do with it, which it's going to help replump out both scars and wrinkles. So any DNA damage, it's going to help refill it out. It's going to also help with any like pigmentation. So if you have, whether it's hyperpigmentation or pigmentation left over, maybe you had a pimple and it's staying red for a longer amount of time, this is going to help reduce that redness and inflammation. So that's our Cell Renew Serum. Again, our very first product. Since then, we've come out with a bunch more products. We have 2 different face washes. Our Gentle Clean is just our incredible, like, non-drying cleanser. It's great for sensitive skin. It literally melts makeup off. And again, you wash your face and you don't feel it stripped of all the oils. You feel good after it. And then we have our vitamin scrub, which is one of my favorites because everyone's afraid of exfoliation, because back in the day, I mean, we pretty much all use that apricot scrub and all those things, which literally have the beads that destroy our face because it causes
Scratch
micro
the heck
tears.
out of your skin.
Yep. And then we were told by like dermatologists and estheticians, like, don't exfoliate, it destroys your skin. Exfoliation is one of the best things you can do for aging. Literally one of the best things. If you want like glowing skin and minimizing the size of wrinkles and want like a really refined texture to your skin, you need exfoliation because it stimulates cell turnover. You just have to do it the right way. So our vitamin, and there's 2 different types of exfoliation. There's the physical exfoliation, which is like our vitamin scrub, like an actual scrub. And then a chemical exfoliation, which don't let chemical scare you, because water, like H2O, that's a chemical. So don't let the word chemical, it just means it's in a serum form. So it's different than a physical. So again, the vitamin scrub really primes your skin, helps unclog your pores, and stimulates cell turnover. So all the serums that are going to go in are now going to be absorbed that much better. So then our Clarity Serum, which is it's a mandelic acid serum, which comes from almonds. So it's way better than a salicylic acid, but not as harsh as a glycolic. Glycolic acid can cause a lot of sun damage to your skin. So mandelic is perfect, and it helps stimulate collagen. Collagen, gives us that bouncy glow in our skin. It also has vitamin C in it, so it's going to give a brightening effect and really refine the texture of your skin. It's one of my favorites. And then we have an incredible eye serum and a moisturizer. So our eye serum is bright eyes. It gives
I just saw that. I was like, I want that.
I'm upset. Oh my, okay. I will send you some after
I like
this.
the name too.
Yes, you have to try it. It has some caffeine to help stimulate around the eye area. It gives a nice cooling effect. And I've noticed a huge difference in myself because I've always woken up with kind of like just puffy morning eyes, from being a little dehydrated and waking up. And it's been the biggest game changer. I feel like my eyes look actually awake in the morning, which is wild. And then our moisturizer is absolutely incredible. It just like melts into your skin. It doesn't leave a residue. It's not greasy. It's not oily. It's nice and light, but provides a really deep hydration. And so something to know about all of our products is they're, again, anti-aging and anti-acne. So we have people that don't break out at all, that use it just for anti-aging. We have some people that use it mainly for anti-aging, but have the occasional monthly breakout. And it just really helps it keep it at bay and decrease those. And then we have people that have really bad acne, cystic acne, painful red acne, that it completely changes their skin.
That's
So
awesome.
we've really custom formulated it for all.
Yeah, I had a friend that really had that deep cystic acne, and I think it's Accutane or something that she took. Like, does that sound like something?
Yeah. Yeah. Accutane can be pretty rough, and
Yeah, she
it,
had to take, and it was hard.
yeah. A lot of people's acne, like Accutane works for some people. Most people, it comes back because you're not getting to the root cause of it. So a lot of people with cystic acne, ClearStem, of course, helps a ton. But one of our big pillars as a company is education. So usually with cystic acne, there is a root cause, and the correct skincare will help and accelerate the healing process and really help get rid of the acne and the pigmentation and reduce any scar damage. But you need to find out what is triggering that cystic acne. And so we actually have a course called the Ditch Your Acne course. It's about 7 hours of information, like 7 different modules, like different chapters, all audio. So you can just listen to it while you're cleaning the house, while you're driving, whatever you want. And it's going to help you, it's going to walk you through all the different areas of root causes and help you address yours, and then action steps on what to do.
I think that's great because anyone that's suffering from that, if they could listen to that course and find what was actually causing it and get rid of it. I mean, you've gotten rid of yours, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I had I'm one of the before and afters on our website. I think I'm the first one. And it was like bright red cystic acne everywhere, all over my cheeks, like so like huge cysts. It was so painful.
What do you think your cause was? The celiac?
Well, we addressed a couple different issues. I was eating eggs every single day. So we addressed probably 11 different acne triggers in my diet. So eggs was a huge one of them. Caffeine was another one. Supplements. So excess vitamin D, zinc, and B12 all trigger acne. And pay attention to the word I said, excess, for everyone listening, because those vitamins are very important. But what you notice is if you're buying the supplement in standard form, like a vitamin D supplement, or even in a multivitamin, if you turn around and look at the back, you'll see RDV, which is recommended daily value. And many times you'll see like 40,000%. Like for vitamin D and zinc, you don't want to go over like 100, 150% of your recommended daily value. And same with vitamin B12. But if you're going a lot over that, like you'll see B12s like 60,000% of recommended
Yeah.
daily value. Yeah. And so
Good,
that's what,
worse,
yeah.
better, right?
Yeah. That's what triggers the acne, especially like vitamin D is fat soluble. So it gets stored in your fat. So if you're not deficient in vitamin, like if a doctor didn't say like, hey, you're deficient in vitamin D, you need like give you a prescription. My advice is not taking the place of your doctor. I'm saying if you're just kind of an average human, average vitamin D, it's fat soluble. So even if you do want to take a vitamin D supplement, it stays in your system for more than one day. So you can take a vitamin D supplement like twice a week rather than like a B12, like you pee it right out. It's water soluble. So it just goes through you. So that's something to note as well. But so I had supplements that were causing it, certain foods that were causing it, and then pore clogging ingredients. Those are ingredients found in a ton of skincare that basically, like the name states, once it gets in your pores, it gets stuck there and it has to be physically extracted by like an esthetician, which like you're not getting physical extractions every single day. So for all your pores.
Right.
And that triggers a ton of acne. It's also a lot of pore clogging ingredients are found in conditioners because of how thick they are. They really coat your hair. And so you'll know if you have a lot of acne on your sleep side of your cheek, it's typically your hair conditioner. And so we have a whole pore clogging ingredients list on our website that people can just cross-check their hair products, makeup products, and skincare. So they can just get rid of anything that has pore clogging ingredients if they're struggling with acne.
That's perfect. What are your 3 best anti-aging tips for us today?
Oh, okay. The first one is do not wash your face in hot water. And it's so common. that's one of the first things I ask people if I'm talking to a friend or just someone I meet and they're like, my wrinkles seem so deep. I'm breaking out a lot, all these things. I'm like, are you washing your face in hot water? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay, stop. What that does, we call it shower burning. It basically creates micro burns in your skin that never can heal because you're burning it every day, every day, every day, and causing all that DNA damage. It's just as bad as like UV damage on your skin every single day, if not worse. So stop washing your face in hot water. Number one.
Everybody's like, oh no, I've been doing that every day.
What's cool about that though, is it's such an easy fix. And if you take a before and after picture of your wrinkles, like right now, and then stop washing your face in hot water, take one in 2 weeks, you will literally see a definition difference in your wrinkles. You'll see it go from deep to like half as deep. It is wild.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. We're definitely, let's have the de-wrinkle contest. I want all your befores and afters.
Seriously though, it's so fun because you're like, oh my gosh, my wrinkles actually diminished and I didn't spend hundreds of dollars on skincare. I just stopped washing my face in hot water. So I love realistic, easy switches. The second one would be exfoliate. So you have to exfoliate for cell turnover. You're going to get that fresh, new baby-like skin. It's going to help stimulate collagen, which replumps out your wrinkles. So like I talked about, the vitamin scrub and the Clear serum, those are your best friends for anti-aging. And then the third one is wear your sunscreen. If you talk to anyone who is over the age of like 60, 70, 80 that has like the most gorgeous skin, guarantee you ask like, what did you do? And they're like, I wore sunscreen every day. Like it seems so simple because people want immediate results. So they want to use something that they're going to wake up the next day and see a difference. But what we need to remember is preventative is just as important as those quick results. And you will age a lot slower in your face if you wear a zinc-based sunscreen every day. So make sure it's zinc-based.
So the 3 tips again.
No washing your face in hot water, exfoliate, and wear your sunscreen.
I love it. So great. I have so enjoyed this podcast with you today. Where can everybody get you on social media and what is your website? Because I feel like people are going to definitely want to check out all the skincare and the book.
Absolutely. So I pretty much hang out on Instagram. You can find me at Kayleigh.Christina. And that's KAYLEIGH.Christina, CHRISTINA. And our website is ClearStemSkincare.com. And also we give a ton of acne and aging tips on ClearStem's Instagram, and that's just at ClearStem Skincare on Instagram.
And I just want to acknowledge you so much for the passion that you show in everything that you do, as far as like the skincare, the book, and you're, so wise and one so young, and like, it's just cool to see you flourishing in your business.
Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you for having me on. This was so fun.
Absolutely. And everybody check out her book. Make sure to check that out. Check out the skincare. And as always, keep on keeping on. Thank you so much, Christina.